Sharla's goals are to challenge the brightest, motivate the middle, and accelerate those who may be behind. That's a nice statement that I just read, by the way. I didn't write it. Whoever wrote it really is good. Writing curriculum that align with NGSS has helped her ensure students develop the ability to reason, think creatively, make responsible decisions, solve problems independently, and develop cooperative working habits. So come on up, Sharla, and show us your video.
Thank you, Mary, for that nice introduction. I'm very humbled to be here today to have this opportunity to share a few pictures of my class with you. As teachers, we're mentors to our students, but most of us can name mentors who inspired us along the way in our journey. So since I'm here, I would like to be able to take a moment to recognize some of my mentors over the years. Looking back, my parents were my first and most important mentors. In elementary school, I had a teacher named Mrs. Dorothy Roche who inspired just a love for inquiry in me. In high school, it was Mr. Leland Ostrander and Mr. Mark Carnavalo and Mr. Jack Swanson in college, who I started college to be a veterinarian, and when I dissected a rabbit, we operated on a rabbit and I killed it. I said, I don't think I can do this anymore. And he said, well, why don't you be a teacher? I've watched you tutor. You might be good at that. Who knew? In grad school, Mrs. Lois Veith instilled the importance of professional development and of joining NSTA. I'm inspired by the talent and dedication of the members of this teaching community, and so glad to be associated with all of you in this way. None of my teaching practices are unique to me, but are all based on something that someone said to me, a conversation I had with someone, or something I read in an NSTA journal. But beyond mentoring each other, we mentor and motivate our students. So now I'd like to share with you some of the ways that I try to do this by sharing the advice that I impart upon my seniors as they graduate. With your eyes wide open, you will see science everywhere you look. These pictures are just some activities that we do in class, some demos, some labs, some ways that I try to get the students hooked into science as inquiry. Some of the things we do will help you light your way as you begin to look at the world with a new perspective. Be flexible. Always be willing to stretch your ideas and improve your learning techniques. And I think that this advice that I give to my seniors is very pertinent to us as teachers as well. Use this to smooth the rough edges so science will fit into all facets of your life. Some of you may recognize this lab as the holiday peanut brittle lab, so just a caution if you have students with peanut allergies. Use this to ignite a burning desire to learn. What kid doesn't like explosions?
They all do.
Never rule out new learning opportunities. Every chance to get out of the classroom, we take it. Although others may try to lead you astray, stick to your convictions. Others may try to weigh you down, but remember what you've learned has made you sharp as a tack. When you feel like you're being worn down, use this to recharge what you learn. Use what you learn to recharge your desire to learn more. Some of the best projects that I think, and I have a Science Olympiad slide coming up, are these projects where you engage students in solving problems, and the conversations that they have with one another are priceless. Even though not everyone will understand your passion for science, keep your enthusiasm clipping along. Don't you wish your students came to school like that? Go for the gold. With the skills you've learned, you can measure up to any career you pursue. Reach for the stars. Let your education take you to new heights. Mistakes are the trial and errors of educational growth. Don't be too anxious to white out your past failures. Learn from these mistakes. Life would be better if some people had mute buttons, some experiences had edit buttons, bad times had fast forward buttons, and good times had pause buttons. I don't know if you can read that, but it says happy birthday to you. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands in times of challenge and controversy. This is one of my favorite quotes from Martin Luther King. Keep in mind there are proper buttons to push to get results in your education. And these are just a few from Science Olympiad over the years. One of the kids asked me, "How long have you been doing Science Olympiad?" And I said, "Oh gosh, longer than you've been alive." Take this tip from former students. You too will survive. Thank you for your time and letting me share with you today.